Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Start video.
What
What's
up, dude?
Chilling.
You driving, huh?
Yeah. Get gas, and then we're gonna go eat lunch, and I should be able to do the interview in that time.
No problem, no problem.
How's everything with you?
Everything's good, bro. Everything's good. So,
Yeah.
bro, can you just tell me a little bit more about yourself? I know you're from Florida. Are you born and raised in Miami, or what's the story with you, man?
Yes, I'm from South Florida. I'm born and raised in Miami.
No way.
I'm from the suburbs of Miami, not the city of Miami,
Okay.
but it's still Miami-Dade County. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm here in the 305. I'm born and raised here, and I'm still like working here and living here. My family's here, and
Yeah.
this is probably where I'll spend the rest of my life. I'll bounce around, of course, and travel, but that's my beginning here in Miami, and
Yeah.
I've I've traveled to Cali a bunch of times, painted in California in the um different parts of California.
Mm.
That was like my first real getaway from the East Coast or from like my time zone, because I had done like the East Coast. I had done Puerto Rico and done maybe like out to Texas and whatever. But when I went to the West Coast, to me, as I was already like, I had traveled with my family, but as an adult, my first time leaving the East Coast in my like time zone was going to California in 2007. And from then I kind of got a itch to travel. And now in 2021 I've traveled 35 different countries, painting all over the world. And I'd love to travel. So
Yeah. Yeah. What's your
pandemic.
ethnicity? You're I see you always painting a flag, man, and I don't want to get it wrong. What's your ethnicity? Are you you're
Well,
mixed?
I paint a bunch of flags. So with my character, if I go and visit a place, I'll
Mhm.
paint the flag. So I've
That's
done
awesome.
the Greek flag, I've done the South Korean flag, I've done
Dang.
um a bunch of different flags. I've probably done like 12 different flags. But my background is Puerto Rican, and that's where my family is from the Caribbean island of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm like I said, born and raised out here. So there's a lot of Caribbean vibe out here in Miami, Florida. Cuba and Jamaica and Haiti and Trinidad and the Bahamas and Puerto Rico, and just different islands from the Caribbean. A lot of people tend to move to the States, and
Yeah.
Miami is their first stop. So that's
Yeah.
my background right there. My mom was born on the island, but
Yeah.
my pops was born in the Bronx. He's what you would call New Yorican, and I was born and raised here. And I don't even speak Spanish. I can understand more than the average gringo can understand, but and I can speak more than the average person that doesn't speak Spanish. But um, with that being said, like I can't carry on a full conversation in Spanish.
That's exactly how I am with Portuguese. I'm born and raised in San Jose, and like, yeah, I'm Portuguese descent, and yeah, man, my family never really taught us too much, but yeah, man, I'm totally with you on that. Didn't really speak too much around the house or whatever, but um, dude, like getting back to your character, like, how did you think of your character? Because I saw you just brought out a new T-shirt that you got coming out pretty soon. And it was, I guess you put, this was my first orange ever, and it was incorporated in the logo for the screen print. It looks really
Yeah.
dope, dude. So like, tell me a little bit about that day. Like, how did you think of it, or did you always love oranges? And is it because of like where you're from? Isn't does oranges have anything
Right.
to do with Florida?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of citrus groves in
Right.
Florida. There's definitely a lot of citrus out here.
That's what.
But the reason I started painting the character was from the demolition of a football stadium called the Orange Bowl, and the mascot of the Orange Bowl is is the smiling orange with a crown. Damn, oh, okay. Thought I lost my wife. I just pulled into a gas station, but okay. So yeah, they knocked down the Orange Bowl in 2008, and the first orange that I painted was a rooftop on an abandoned furniture store. And it was in response to the demolition of that stadium. Basically, they knocked down the stadium and then they built a baseball park. So it was like a football place, whatever.
Yeah.
I had gone there many times, watching football games. I'd gone there growing up and as a young adult. And basically, the demolition of that stadium didn't sit well with a lot of the local people here in South Florida. So yeah, it was just a homage. It was more like a RIP to the stadium. Painted it. If you look at that post, like the second slide shows the original piece, and there's I think it says like the year it was built and the year it was demolished. And that shirt was done. It was a collaboration with a dude that his Instagram is Miami Stadium, which is a separate stadium from the Orange Bowl. But basically, he does like stuff, different shirts and stuff that are familiar with the Miami culture. So he wanted to do an Orange Bowl T-shirt, and my friends from Cushy Gigs, they did the illustration, and it's basically just a homage, just a memorial or like a flashback in time of that era of
that's what's up, man.
Orange Bowl. It was a a lot of people say that the teams that played there are cursed. Like the Miami Dolphins, ever since they left that stadium, never won a Super Bowl. The Miami Hurricanes, when the stadium was demolished, they haven't won a college pro or not a Pro Bowl, but a college ball game or whatever. I don't know what they call it, like a championship. The Miami Hurricanes haven't won a championship.
Right.
So they say that the there's a curse, but
dang, a little
whatever.
History there. Damn.
Yeah, that's where my character comes from. Now, that was what, like if that was 2008, it's 2021 now, and it's been what 13 years that the stadium is gone. So it's developed into my logo more than it is now like a homage. That's what it initially started as. And yeah, I'm from here, so you could say Florida has a lot of citrus groves and the orange juice business or whatever is big out here. So it relates to me being from Miami, me being from Florida, but it's just kind of like a graphic that I ran with. I was doing graffiti before that, right? Like writing my name and tagging and doing pieces and stylized graffiti letters and stuff. And once I started painting that character and promoting that character or whatever, putting it up with stickers and painting it in the streets, the response that I was getting was just unbelievable. It was way more than anything I had ever seen with writing my name. So
yeah, like, do you think the public kind of identifies more? Like, you don't even need to be in the graph scene to kind of be appreciative of a character. You know what I mean? Once you keep seeing it, you're like, damn, that guy, it's the same guy. What? He did that again. He did it over here. Like, you don't even really have to be into the scene. And that kind of got me into the scene, knowing a lot of characters, writers out here that get up in that same way, man. And it definitely got me, in my opinion, to be into graph more. And then names are cool. Like, oh damn, that fool got up, and his style and it's just his name every time. But I really appreciate writers that do have like a nice character with their name and everything. And honestly, they can really take off and make a living out of it too, and make a dope ass brand. And so when did like you kind of transitioned from just getting up in the streets to having, I mean, I'm sure you're still up, but I mean, having more like legals and stuff? Like,
yeah, I mean, I balance the illegal with the legal, and I would say my work still leans more towards the illegal side of things. I still go out and paint without permission regularly. I think that's something that got me to where I'm at, and I don't want to necessarily like abandon it or leave it, you know. So
Yeah.
I still get busy in the streets in that regard,
Mm.
and yeah, pretty much I'm able to make a living off of the art, the merchandise and commissions and stuff that I get. Wow, it's rush hour over here, so it's a mission and a half right now. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing for sure to be able to support my family and make a living off of my art. I went to school as a graphic designer. Damn, my wife totally did not take that turn. Now I'm
Oh shoot.
pull over and wait for her. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, it's dope. It's dope to be able to make a living off of that and do what I love, because studying graphic design and working as a graphic designer, you got to kind of guess like what people want, and it's not as easy, or it's not as easy as it seems. You know, you might have a great idea, and then you give it to a graphic designer and they don't really like knock it out and match
Exactly.
exactly what it is. But yeah, that's my like history as far as like work goes. I've been into art my whole life, and then I went into school for graphic design and worked in that field for about 10 years. But now I'm able to, you know, support
Hey,
myself and my
what's up?
family off of the art that I'm doing. It's definitely a blessing for sure.
There you go. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm into silk screening and trying. I've always been into graphic design. I run my own business called Porta Cali Clothing. What do you recommend? Do you recommend heat press or silk screen?
Well, I've always veered towards silkscreen,
Yeah,
but that I've never done my own printing. I just print through my friends who have a screen printing operation. Um, but if I was to have a printing company, I would probably have both. Like,
hmm,
not necessarily heat press, but DTG, like a direct to garment, and then
yeah,
maybe have like a four color, or even just to start off, like a one color screen press, and then a DTG machine. So you could have the best of both worlds, and you can't
hmm,
go wrong with both of them. But
yeah,
I personally prefer my style of printing. I prefer a silk screen shirt, but there's some stuff that you cannot do with
so,
screen printing that
yeah,
you're able to do with direct to garment printing. And yeah, it's just it all depends on what the client wants, and I'm sure there's a split of 50-50. Some people may want it to look one way, another person might want it to look another way. But I know for sure that screen printing, or not screen printing, but printing in general, is a very lucrative business. People are able to make a lot of money
yeah,
printing
yeah.
shirts and printing other things. So it's definitely something that if you dedicate yourself and hustle hard, you're gonna be able to make a nice living off of it.
Right, dude. That's really good advice, man. Because as long as you have also like a good following, and but if you can do whatever, as long as you have a good ideas and a cool like brand to back it up. People, as long as you stay true to your craft, man, anybody can really do it. But in general,
That's
bro,
right.
like getting back to kind of like the graph game and stuff. So like you're in one crew, right?
No shit. I've been part of probably more than a dozen crews right now.
Yeah, like at
I
the moment.
Yeah, at the moment I want to say like I push maybe like let's say six crews
Wow.
solid, and yeah, three of them are from Miami and three of them are from Los Angeles, and then there's another two. Oh,
That's
hold
super
up,
dope. Damn.
my bad, my GPS was talking to me. Yeah, I have a like two crews that I rep from Miami, and then three crews from LA, and then another crew from South America, mainly Colombia, and then another crew from Japan. So I'm down with a
No
bunch of
way.
crews. So yeah,
Damn.
the way that I look at crews these days is it's like more of a collective, because when
Mhm.
you were growing up in junior high and high school, and young adult out of high school, you have your crew, and it's solid, and you guys are tight. But as you get older and people veer off into their own paths, the crew doesn't stay as tight anymore. And like,
Mm.
some people, some cliques stay together, some people, move or pass or get locked up or just forget, like find a new set of friends or whatever. But
Yeah, yeah.
it's more of collectives and more of just like a network for me than it is back in the days when it was like, this is the crew, this is like, you get what I'm saying?
No,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah.
crews. Yeah. My
It's
ideas of
more,
crews these days are different than what it is back then.
you're kind of seeing like it's a little bit more every man for himself kind of shit, and you use it for a different. I mean, you still get up and you still hit the streets hard and put it up when you can. And damn, you said Japan, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
LA, that's hella cool, man. I just did a trip to LA and it's a whole nother world out there. But I can only imagine how it'll be hitting up Miami and seeing a bunch of your shit out there, bro. It's gonna be dope, bro. Yeah, I don't know if you're wondering, bro. I don't know if I told you, I got this canvas from the homie Eason, and I believe that's from MSG, right? So that's
Yeah.
one crew for sure from Miami. I know you're in. Tell me
Yeah.
a little bit about that crew. How did that crew came to be? Like I heard it, it's a old crew, Crook and Chrome, basically, or were they the originators, right? Or no?
Nah, well, Chrome was one of the originators of the crew,
Okay.
and then Crook and Chrome went all city in the late '90s, and they made like the newspaper and they made the news, so they got
Legend.
a lot of fame and whatnot. But yeah, MSG Miami Style Graffiti was started in the like mid to early '90s, and it's a great crew. I want to say like second or third generation MSG, and it's a bunch of very talented individuals in that crew. And
Hell yeah.
yeah, I'm honored to be down with them. My crew that I started with my friends growing up was 28 crew, and 28 is like a 594, and I think is 594 a vandalism call in where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what 28 is down here.
Oh,
28
damn.
is the vandalism. But yeah, 28 and MSG are my crews from Miami.
Mhm.
And I got a lot of love for my homies out
That's
here
dope.
where I came up. And the other crews that I represent are Seeking Heaven and Kill to Succeed and Lokes on Dope. Those three crews are from Los Angeles. And then there's APC, Animal Power Culture, from Colombia, and then Tokyo Zombies from Japan.
That's tight.
And I have a couple other crews, but again, like I'll write them up like if I'm with them, but I don't write up my crews all the time. Like usually I just paint my orange and write my name and the date. And if I'm with the homies and we're doing like a production or something, or if I do a letter style piece, that's when I tend to write up all the crews when I do my name. And I don't really paint my name that much anymore, but I still rep the crews, whenever I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, I see that old. I think you posted it yesterday on your story or something. You hit an old piece that was on a train, and so that was like your old font, like the way you used it, your style back in the day. Yeah, but you can still I've seen a couple other ones though. You did a more recent, man, and yeah, dude, I really like the idea of just keeping your character and just like adding a flag in from all over the world, and just that huge sculpture orange that you did, that the hand painted one that you did, that shit was sick. That was like in a museum or something.
Well,
Was that for like
my
a
friend
show?
Oliver, yeah, my friend Oliver Sanchez made that sculpture for me, and then I painted the sculpture. It's been to a bunch of different places. I
Yeah,
don't know if it's been in the Museum of Graffiti. I don't think it has been in the museum. It's been in several galleries and boutiques and studios and whatnot. But yeah, dude,
mm-hmm.
the character is dope. I have a lot of fun painting it.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, where are you from? You're from Portugal or from Brazil or
No,
where?
so
What
like
Portuguese?
my family's my dad was born in Terceira, and so the Azores Islands of Portugal. So it's like the island
Oh,
of
okay, dope.
Portugal. And
Hell yeah, Portugal's awesome. I went to
yeah.
Lisbon
Oh,
a
really?
couple times, and I've had a blast out there, man. I really love the vibe in Lisbon, and
Oh
then
yeah.
um I was able to visit Brazil 2 times and do Sao Paulo and Rio.
Oh,
But yeah, I would love to go back to either of those countries.
you got to go
Portugal's
to the
really dope.
Azores, dude. You got to hit up the Azores. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody out here, like, I love everybody from the mainland and everything, but if you come to San Jose or usually just anywhere in California, you'll find a lot more people from the Azores Islands. So it's
yeah,
like 9 islands in the middle of the Atlantic, and it's getting more popular. They're talking about it like it's the new tourist spot. So hopefully it doesn't get too crazy and overpopulated with tourism. But it's definitely a really beautiful place. Back to my roots. I gotta go, man, and learn more Portuguese. It's just kind of hard, bro, you know, because Rosetta Stone only really has like Brazilian Portuguese, and it's not the same as the slang and the different type of you know, the lingo that we have over there in the islands. But you know, it's always worth the try, bro, and you definitely got to go check that shit out, man. Since you love to travel, it's probably one of the most beautiful places in the world, straight up. So
yeah. 100%. I would love to go back there. One thing on speaking languages is I feel that body language talks a lot, and then with
yeah.
the mix of body language and currency, you're able to communicate with anyone
Yeah.
in any country. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
money talks and body language talks, and you can communicate through that. And you
Right.
don't have to necessarily speak the language. You know, I've traveled, like I said, to 35 different countries, and I only
Hmm.
speak one language. You know, so
That's sick.
um, yeah, I think whether or not I pick up Spanish or Portuguese or any other language, it's still, you know, fun, a lot of fun, and a great experience to travel to places where I don't understand their language and don't
Yeah.
necessarily need to, you know.
Yeah. It's time for me to get my passport, man. It's crazy, dude.
Hell
You
yeah.
remember when you painted this? 2015, man.
Yeah,
I think you told me this
yeah.
is like a Valentine's Day or something. Said like no love.
That yes, that was Valentine's Day
That's a trip, bro.
of 2015. I remember the location. That was a show that I did in Wynwood, and all the canvases went from like I did a tiny one, like I'd say like a 3x3 canvas,
Yeah.
3x3 inch canvas, all the way up um to a gigantic one. I think like
Mhm.
6 feet. You know, six by
A-
6 feet. They were all square.
Anybody that comes over, bro, they always mention like, what is that? What is that? And I tell them like, oh, come on, man, you gotta check this guy out. Like the people that are in the
Hell
graffiti,
yeah,
of course they know who you are. But one of my favorite pieces, bro. And then I got a
I
a
appreciate that.
lot of his work up here too. He sent me over some sick work, man. Easton's dope. How's he doing? He's doing cool. Have you
I
heard from
haven't
him?
seen Eson for a minute. Yeah, I haven't seen him for a minute, but I know he's hanging in there and
Good.
and
Good.
and still kicking. You know, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, man. I wanted to support, but he was just like, "Hey, bro, I got this atomic painting." I was like, "No fucking way. Let me swoop on
Yeah,
that. Hell yeah, dude." So, but I want to now that I'm talking to you and we've been you know, talking on the DMs back and forth here and there. Definitely going to try and pick up a piece from you to support, you know, you directly and everything too, dude, because it's it's really dope what you do, man, and it's definitely something that, you know, I can see just continue to grow. I mean, I don't know how much more you can grow, man. You get an orange on a space shuttle or something, dude. Like what else are you gonna do?
sky's
What
sky's yeah, sky's the limit, dude. There's
seriously,
tons
man.
of stuff to do and grow for sure. It was
Yeah.
funny that show, that No Love show. It was on Valentine's Day, but I kind of flipped the script on it, and in the pieces I wrote like a bunch of like each piece had like some hater shit because I get a lot of hate for um painting and my past or whatever. So like I
Mm.
don't know what it says in that one, but there was a bunch of like negative words that I chose for each piece and kind of like blended them in
See, yeah, I
to
never
each
knew,
one.
bro. I
But it's
never,
dope. What does
yeah,
it say?
it's
Oh, you
under.
can't really tell.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I think it says sucker. It says sucker. So the the the
oh,
flyer, yeah, the flyer for that piece, for that show had all the words like sucker, bitch, punk, pussy, snitch, fuck, like all the shit. You get what I'm saying? There's like 100 different things that people will label me, and I kind of flip the script on some, like, you gotta like know that the love is fake and the hate
Oh,
is
dude.
real. You get what I'm saying? So there's a weird like dark twist to
And
that
no love.
particular word.
It's like you're knowing what is love. You're like questioning it, or it like it's not no love like N-O, it's K-N-O-W. Like it's
Right.
sick. I know what you mean, bro. And I literally am so glad that you mentioned that, dude, because I've always
Yeah.
looked at this and I was like, what the fuck does it say in the background?
Yeah. I don't know if I could find an invite to send to you from that exhibition, but
Uh-huh.
we did it. We did the spot UV. So there was the printed, the 4-color print. I think it was just black, white, and red. But
Mhm.
then in spot varnish, if you looked at it in a certain light, you would see all these different words that
Uh-huh.
were like, negative, hater,
Mhm.
like just gnarly words. But
That's
it's
how
funny
it's
that you ended up
funny.
getting that. Shout out to Isan, that's the homie.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
bro. Shout out Easton, man. He seems to be super cool, bro, and want to travel out more and meet these guys, man. He seems to be like such a cool dude. That's the reason what really got me into graffiti, man, is watching that video on Vice. And I said that once before, but that video on Vice with all those guys on there from MSG and everything is just hella sick. It got me
Yeah,
into like
Isan
Isan.
killed it. He
Yeah,
was
dude.
he really killed it. The other stuff, like the other three homies, they're cool. Like Abuse and Chrome are cool.
Mhm,
Touches, we had a falling out, but
mhm,
shout out to Touch.
mhm.
But Isan's part specifically in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
little video was very motivating, and it
for
showed
sure.
like the raw part of it. The other stuff was kind of like
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah. And I can feel that. I mean, sometimes I just get some random footage too to fill in there in the video, and sometimes it's not the best spots or whatever, but they definitely saved the best, parts of that video and like put it as the thumbnail for Eason. And yeah,
Yeah.
he was the main part of that damn video. I know. I totally know what you mean, man. I totally agree, because yeah, man, and that's why I hit him up, dude. And I even got one of his little sculptures, man. And I just wanted to
Yeah,
support the
I got a
homie,
few.
dude. Yeah, that with the little Montana can, he like switched out and put different arms and a different head. He painted it, dude. And he's super talented, man. So I wish him all the best, man, and the best, everything good with him and everything. And yeah, bro. And dude, I really appreciate you talking to me for these few minutes here and everything, bro. I mean, trying to think of other things I can ask you, dude, but I'm super happy that you told me about this mystery with the canvas. Now that I'm gonna keep up, I'm gonna have it in the background of my podcasts and everything. So you're gonna be up in the wall, bro. Want to make sure.
Dope. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Hell
So
yeah. No, I'm gonna head out to PR. My next trip, what I got in the works is a family vacation to Puerto Rico, and do that. As far as other stuff in the future is just chilling pretty much. I don't have much other than like Basel. Our Basel happens in Miami every year, the first weekend of December,
mm,
and it's awesome. If you haven't come out for our Basel, you should definitely check it out. There's all walks of life
yeah,
focusing on the arts.
that's a big deal
It's a
out
good time.
there. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge. Don't you guys like have like a whole tour of like these huge walls that all different types of artists come out from all over the world, and it's like a huge, yeah, I seen that in another video once before. But yeah, dude, you guys definitely have a lot of culture out there, man. It's sick. um when do you think you're gonna come out to the Bay?
I don't know. I have a few friends out there, and I would love to check them out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when I'll get back out there. Maybe in the next like 1 to 3 years, I'll go back
That
and paint and chill out there. I love the vibe out there in Northern California. The Bay Area is definitely fucking fun. I have a blast every time I go out there.
Yeah, I love it out here too. And I've seen you up in Mission District. I think I sent you the photo.
Yes.
And yeah, man, and yeah, I'm always on the lookout for new shit, man. And that's dope, dude. Let me know when you're in the Bay. I'll cruise up. I'm over in the South Bay,
Hell
but
yeah.
you know, man, we meet up sometime, you know. And
That's right.
if you're trying to collab on a video or something, dude, I'm always down. I'm trying to film. So if you make it out here, hit me up, dude. And yeah, man, and I really like that you push your brand, and you're also such a family man, dude. You always post your kids. They're always happy. Everybody's grinning,
Oh
like,
yeah.
dude, like you're. I can just tell, man, you're a good guy. You have such a family, dude, and you keep everybody in the mix of something that you love to do, and you can see that. You can hella see
Hell
that.
yeah.
So it's cool,
Appreciate you.
man. So I wish you all the luck, dude, and new projects and anything else you want to touch on before we go, bro? Anything
No, just shout out to Pango out there in San Francisco, and I got my homie Nope out there, my homie Dub, and shout out to the whole Bay Area, and you. Thank you for having me on this
hey, man,
interview, and
thank you, bro.
let me know when you come to Miami. We'll definitely we'll show you around. When I get back to the Bay, I'll hit you up 100%.
Hell yeah, man. I'm trying to go out there, bro. It seems like a whole sick positive vibe and like different culture, and I'm looking forward to it, man. Hell yeah, bro. Thank you for taking the time out and doing this with me, man. Multitasking and
Thank you.
shit.
Hell yeah. I
All right,
appreciate
man.
you.
Be safe out there, bro.
All right, take it easy. Have a good weekend. Thanks again.
Thank you, bro. Have a good weekend to you too,
All
man.
right.
Peace out, bro.
Later. Peace.